Hey Shane, what are you doing?
Jesus, what are you doing in my house after like 3 years? In the manhole incident? I thought you got locked in the basement after that.
No. I can't be done. There's still so many games to cover.
Okay, so what do you want to do today?
Well, today on Ninchronicles, it's Metroid, and boy, let me tell you, this Samus Aran guy, he's just so cool.
That usually comes in later. What do you mean he's a cool guy? Have you played the game? It's been like 40 years. Is this the angle you want to pull?
What are you talking about? Is there something I don't know?
I think you need to finish the game first, Cupcake, then come talk to me.
Alright, well, I don't know what secrets he's keeping from me, but, I'll take your word for it. Because today on Ninchronicles, it's Metroid.
You said that not even a minute ago. Go play the game!
Metroid is an action-adventure game released for the Famicom Disk System in 1986 and came out for the NES a year later. Space pirates have gotten a hold of the dangerous Metroid lifeforms and want to multiply them to wreak havoc on the galaxy. They've got a base on the large fortress planet Zebes. You play as Samus Aran, a cyborg space hunter whose mission is to infiltrate Zebes and stop the space pirates. Zebes is basically a large maze, and Samus will have to be careful as he explores the labyrinth. There's no map to help you out here, so you'll need a good memory of how to get around. Or, with pencil and paper, you could just become a Zebes cartographer. Or you could just look up a map online. While exploring Zebes, you'll likely run into things that'll make it harder to get around. Red doors that won't open, platforms that are too high to jump to, or tunnels that Samus can't seem to crawl under. Luckily for Samus, there are upgrades to his suit hidden all around Zebes. Missiles will blow those red doors wide open. The high jump can get you more airtime. And of course, there's the iconic Metroid item, the Maru Mari, that'll let Samus morph into a ball to get onto those tight spaces. But opening up those red doors, that takes a whopping 5 missiles just to get rid of them. Missile upgrades are hidden throughout Zebes, and they add another 5 missiles to your maximum inventory. Well, that's a good thing too. I hear we're going to need a lot of those to take down the Mother Brain at the end of the game. Samus's health starts at a dire 30 units of power out of a possible 99. That's still going to be a pretty harsh experience, but luckily he can find E-tanks that add on another 99 units of health for every one he finds. Unfortunately, every time you die, that puts him all the way back at 30 health, no matter how many E-tanks he found. Other helpful power-ups to get around Zebes include bombs that blow up weaker walls and tiles, the Varius suit that adds some extra defense, the powerful screw attack that destroys enemies while you're jumping, and the ice and wave beams. The ice beam can freeze enemies, which can be helpful for using as platforms, while the wave beam is far stronger than the regular beam and can pass through solid objects. Now, Samus only has room for one of these in his suit, so if you try to fit both in there, the first one you picked up is going to appear right where you found it. Research indicates that the Metroids are weak to cold temperatures, so whenever you're ready to enter Turian, the central base inside Zebes, be ready with the ice beam. Speaking of, the entrance to Turian is guarded by statues of the mini-bosses. You won't be able to get in unless you take down the powerful monsters Ridley and Kraid. Don't worry, these guys are small fries, nothing Samus can't handle. But beating them also somehow gives Samus a major boost in his missile capacity. Hold on, are you tired of playing? Need to take a break for dinner or something? Alright, well, you're not gonna like this, but Samus needs to die. Alright, there you go, now you have a password. Well, most of us on this side of the world are used to passwords for Metroid. Japan was lucky. Thanks to being released on a disc, you were able to save your progress. Also after you died, but you could save nonetheless. Passwords were so iconic to how the Western world experienced Metroid that some standout ones include readable words, like this one for Justin Bailey. Which I'm sure does something, but I'm busy talking about Samus and his awesome adventure right now. Boy, Samus, that's an interesting name. Believe it or not, Samus Aran was actually named after the legendary soccer player Pele, whose real name is Samus Arantes do Nascimento. Except it wasn't. It was Edson Arantes de Nascimento. One of the game's developers, Hiroji Kiyotake, mistakenly thought that Pele's name was Samus. Later he found out that wasn't the case, but boy, we were close to playing as Edson Aran.
I can easily clip into other YouTube videos about Metroid for the Nintendo Entertainment System because Metroid for the Nintendo Entertainment System was programmed on duct tape.
Alright, I don't know what that was all about, but moving on. Metroid was a pretty significant game for Nintendo that it's been ported to a couple different platforms, sometimes even included as a hidden bonus in other games. It made such a mark on the gaming world that fans have partly nicknamed a whole genre of games after Metroid. While most of that is more thanks to Super Metroid on the SNES, the original is the one that got the ball morphing, a stepping stone for how we got here. The NES game would later see some major refinements in a remake later on, but that's a story for another time. Alright, we've had our fun, but, I hear the devs have a pretty cool surprise for players who beat the game quickly. I don't think I did too bad in this run. Let's see if I got it. Wait, what? Samus is a girl? Really? The whole time? That's so cool! Does anybody else know about this? Oh my god!
Since this YouTube video about Metroid for the Nintendo Entertainment System was edited on duct tape, I can just barely clip through to the end credits.
Check this out. The devs worked so hard during this game that there were 3 different restaurants they kept ordering from. They even got a special thanks in the Japanese credits under one name, Torio Mako Benkai.